He's 2 years the elder and has a slight height advantage and a lot more tournament experience.
Fight! Dustin Jacoby came out in the interview and said, listen, I went through wars to get where I am now. This kid needs to feel my pain, feel what I went through to get here right now.
Dustin Jacoby in the red shorts, Karl Roberson in the black. Glory 27 from here in Chicago.
Beautiful kick exchange by both fighters.
Roberson comes out in the southpaw stance. Ron Kruk along with Joseph Valtellini. Make sure you keep up to date on all the action in Glory by visiting our website, glorykickboxing.com.
Time.
And right away, we've got a timeout in the action as Dustin Jacoby took a shot below the belt.
When you have a north-south, which means if one fighter's orthodox and the other fighter's southpaw, you use the rear kick a lot, so a lot of times you can get hit below the waist in a north-south fight like this.
And that one hit square below the belt. But Jacoby back at it.
In a north-south position, the best weapons are your rear attacks. So you have your left swing kick and your left cross, or the right swing kick and the right cross of Jacoby.
Jacoby, his tournament philosophy is pretty simple. Finish quickly, get in there, get the win. Your confidence will be boosted as you go into that second fight. Of course, that's easier said than done.
In his last tournament, he knocked out both opponents. So he's looking to do the same here tonight.
Incredible for a 27-year-old to have so much experience, and Roberson showing some quick hands.
What I like about Roberson is he has that mentality. He doesn't care who's in front of him. And that's the mentality you need to fight guys with more experience. You need to not care. Just get in there and fight.
Roberson has a bright future at only 25 years old, already being in the ring against Jerome LeBanner. Really should have won that fight. Did win that fight, just the judges disagreed.
And I think he only has 3 fights as an amateur and 1 as a professional, so this might be his 4th or 5th fight period.
Under a minute to go in round number 1, semifinal number 2.
Nice kick, double Jacoby, beautiful.
And now our fighters pick up the pace. Front kick misses from Roberson, but I like the idea.
Jacoby's just constantly evolving. He's keeping his guard, using his low kicks. It's amazing to see the evolution of Dustin Jacoby.
The former UFC fighter now becoming a full-time Glory kickboxer.
Dustin has some great coaching, a lot of good training partners. He had 2 of his teammates just have 2 big wins in the UFC, so he wants to keep the momentum for his team going.
Joining us now is the 3rd member of our broadcast team, Clark Gilmer. Clark?
Here I have the wife of Dustin Jacoby, Kayla. How is it watching your husband fight and getting punched?
I'm very proud of him. He trains very hard. A lot of people ask me if I ever get nervous. Of course I get nervous. I think the worst part is emotionally. I worry about him, coming home and not being able to showcase his skills. So it's not, I'm just proud of him for what he does and how hard he trains.
I can really see that you are emotional right now. I can only imagine. My husband retired and then I met him. So thankfully I was never in your shoes. Bless your heart. I can only imagine the nerves going through your body. I'm sure he's going to do great. I'm so excited to watch this. Let's get back to the fight.
All right, Clark. Round number 2 between Dustin Jacoby, has the support of his wife here, and Karl Roberson. Jacoby in the red and Roberson in the black shorts.
Dustin Jacoby's great at keeping distance. Whenever he sees Roberson try to step forward, he moves back, keeps his distance, throws from the outside. That's very intelligent fighting there. That's understanding distance, and he's doing a great job at it.
That knee delivered by Jacoby to the chest of Roberson. pushed Roberson back a bit. And you see that Dustin Jacoby opening up a little bit in the second round.
You can see it's called cracking the shell. They'll kick very hot on the arms and then they go high or low off of it. It's a very good, solid Muay Thai strategy in the north-south position. You'll see fighters like Sidichai, who's fighting on Glory 28 pairs, use this a lot.
Jacoby dominated that first round. Strikes landed 18-4.
Roberson needs to turn this into a fight. He needs to get Dustin Jacoby backing up and throwing some big combinations.
Under 2 to go, round number 2. There's some body shots from Roberson.
Dustin Jacoby's just having fun, keeping his distance, picking his shot.
Mosey and James Krause.
Both of those guys came up big UFC wins. He wants this momentum. He wants to make his team proud. He's a big team player. Kudos to his team and his coach for the evolving Dustin Jacoby.
And evolving is really the key. This was a guy who, when he won that 8-man tournament 2013, drove 48 hours to Oklahoma and got 3 wins that night. He was a mixed martial artist, but he has evolved his game. He went and he trained in the Netherlands and with some of the best the sport has to offer. And it's showing tonight. Roberson on the canvas.
He's showing
Referee
that it went
Chris
low.
Wagner saying it's not a knockdown though.
It looked like it went low here. I'd like to see the replay when we can.
Well, I just saw referee Chris Wagner warn Dustin Jacoby for a low blow.
Good. Let's go. Time in. Fight.
And
It
time's back in.
It could have been to the ribs. I have to see that again to see where it really landed. A lot of times fighters use the low blow as an excuse to catch their win. Beautiful outside kicks by Dustin Jacoby.
30 seconds to go in the second round.
Roberson's not going to beat Jacoby in the center of the ring. He needs to push him against the ropes, turn this into a fight.
Nice jabs from Dustin Jacoby.
10 seconds.
Pummeled Karl Roberson. High kick blocked by Jacoby to end round 2. Let's take a listen into the corner of Karl Roberson.
You're landing on it, right? So why are we not throwing the back leg to the head more? Why are we not throwing the crossfoot cross? When you're throwing 1s and 2s, you're stopping short. Give me 3 or 4 punches. Give me a kick. Keep putting it on this guy. Look, it's 1-1 right now. If you don't win the next round, you're going home early.
Come on, Karl.
You want to make it to the final?
Here's the low blow. Let's see if we can see what happened here. That looked like a right knee to the ribs. There's more knees coming. It looked like Roberson hit Jacoby low there.
Third and final round, semifinal number 2. Joseph Valtellini, how do you have this scored?
Right now I have it 2-0 for Dustin Jacoby.
Glory 27 here in Chicago. Wayne Barrett waiting in the locker rooms to face either Dustin Jacoby or Karl Roberson.
Roberson needs to do something big here, and he needs to push the pace, turn this into a dogfight.
Now, if you're Dustin Jacoby and you believe he's winning 2-0, and you look at the strikes landed per round, he is dominating 36-17. Do you conserve some energy and save yourself for that tournament final?
The way the fight's going, he's being very successful from the outside. Why take a chance? I'm sure he watched that Jerome LeBanner fight where, you know, he was able to catch him and knock him out. So the smart move right now is to keep his distance and keep moving like he's doing right now.
Roberson just blocked that high kick delivered from Jacoby. That could have been good night. Now Jacoby goes low.
Jacoby's kicks are looking really good this fight.
Roberson circles around. Jacoby presses forward.
There you go. There's that distance of Dustin Jacoby. That's the real key success in this fight. He strikes. As soon as he sees Roberson trying to attack, he keeps his distance and fires again.
Karl Roberson's corners yelling to him, if you want to win, you've got to knock him out. Yelling for a 3-4 combination, and Roberson got a solid body shot through. And a left hook. Roberson landing as we're under a minute to go in the third round.
Roberson's starting to pick it up. He's starting to throw combinations. His corner's calling for a big cross hook. Dustin Jacoby needs to be careful though.
Big combination floors Roberson.
What a beautiful right hand.
5, 6, 7, 8. You okay? Come to me. You want to continue? Let's go. Fight.
Roberson says yes, let's continue. Under 30 to go in round 3. Dustin Jacoby smells blood, looking for the finish.
He's swinging. Oh!
And a knee floors Roberson.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come to me. You all right? Fight.
Karl Roberson showing the heart of a champion, gets back up, and that's gonna do it. Impressive performance by Dustin Jacoby. Dustin Jacoby, Karl Roberson, semifinal 2. We will find out who's going to the finals coming up next. Well, Roberson came into this fight, Joseph, 0-1, 2-1 amateur record, and give the kid some credit. He fought hard.
He deserves a lot of credit. Not many people can say they went in there and fought at the highest level kickboxing with the experience he has. So kudos to him. Well done. He has great potential ahead of him. He just needs to go back to training, keep getting better, and come back even stronger.
And Dustin Jacoby continues to roll. His wife looking on. How great was that? Very nervous as she was talking to Clark, but very proud of her husband, Dustin Jacoby.
Dustin Jacoby really used his kicks really well in this fight. And you know, preparing my notes here for this event, I was wondering why Dustin Jacoby doesn't use his kicks a lot more. He's very successful when he does. Here tonight, he showed that he's very fluid with his kicks. Well done, Dustin Jacoby.
Semi-final number 2 is finished, and a great night for Dustin Jacoby. Check out the final stats. This middleweight bout, all Jacoby in this one as we check out some of the highlights. Jacoby accurate with his kicks, his knees, and only one knee thrown by Karl Roberson.
Here we go for some of those highlights. Beautiful right round kick, setting up a lot of his different strikes. Beautiful jab. He used that jab really well to keep his distance. Using his jab, using his distance. Let's see these knockouts here.
This in the
Beautiful, nice jab cross. Well done. Nice jab cross, nicely set up, perfect timing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have an official time of 2 minutes 56 seconds. This bout actually comes to an end by way of the Glory Tournament 2 knockdown rule. For your winner by technical knockout, now advancing to the tournament final, Dustin Jacoby.
TKO win for Dustin Jacoby tonight. His wife is thrilled as Dustin Jacoby will move on to the tournament final, improving to 8-6. His seventh win by way